In this video, we are going to discuss about the electrocardiograph and what is electrocardiogram. These two are different things. The graph is the machine and gram is the graphical representation of your electrical activity of your heart. So let me give just heading electrocardiograph, which is a machine, which is a machine which detects your heart activity, the electrical activities of your heart, which is during the cardiac cycle. So uh, this machine is a small monitor or a TV shaped machine, and it has a screen on which it shows the graphical representation of your heart, the activities of your heart. And first thing, it shows a graph like this. So all the peaks in this graph, the graphical representation will be known as electrocardiogram. This graph will be known as the printed graph which we get after ECG is done is the is called as the electrocardiogram. Then what are these peaks are indication of what activity, which kind of activity is happening in the heart. Let's see. So these peaks are given the alphabets from P to T. P, this is known as Q, this is R, this is S, and this is T. So each peak indicates a different activity in your heart, right? The first P is indication of the excitation of your heart atria, and the depolarization of heart atria. So the P wave means your hearts are beginning to contract. Then QRS complex, which represents the beginning of the uh, ventricle contraction. The ventricle contraction just begins after the Q and it lasts till the T. And after the end of the T, your ventricles will come to their normal position, which means they will be relaxing. So the QRS, QRS represents the depolarization of ventricles, or the beginning of ventricular contraction. You have to remember one thing: the ventricular contraction just begins after the Q, means at this point ventricle starts to contract, and after the end of the T wave they will be in the relaxed, means T wave represents the repolarization means ventricles will be relaxed. So at the end of the E wave, your ventricles are relaxed completely. QRS represents the depolarization of ventricle, means ventricular contraction, the starting of the ventricular contraction, and P represent the excitation, means depolarization of the atria, means contraction of your atria. So simply by just counting the QRS complex by the given period of time, in the given period of time, you can measure the heartbeats of the person, right? And if slightly deviation in these waves is the indication of your abnormal activity of your heart or a disease. So this is how we uh, detect the disease. This is commonly used in the diagnosis process of your heart related problems. And the one more thing you have to remember here, that is, these waves are helping in the activity of your heart, to detect the activity of your heart. And how this uh, is done, so there are electrical leads which are tied to your both the wrist and the left ankle, and this will help in the uh, detection of your heartbeat, how it is working. And these two three things you have to remember about this topic. One is the wrists, the leads, electrical leads will be tied to your both the wrists and left ankle, so that they can give the data regarding your heart activity. So this is about the electrocardiograph and electrocardiogram, and which is a useful method in the diagnosis of your heart related issues. So this is about today. We will meet in the next video. Till then, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends. Thank you so much for watching.